Alright guys, so Neowiz just put out a Q&A about the cash shop and things that were seen at the press event, and they basically wanted to quell some of the concerns that were going around in the community and address what is going to be in the cash shop since they didn't show that at the press event. This is going to be the second time I recorded this. Somehow my mic got turned off on OBS. It got switched to default, and I recorded this whole video already, and I went to edit and it was completely silent. Yay. But oh well, we're sipping some coffee, some nice Chemex brewed coffee, so we got the energy to go and do this for a second round. I'm going to address some of the things that I found in the cash shop and give my thoughts on it. So let's go ahead and jump into this. I'm going to skip some of the bigger stuff now that I've already read through it all, and was going to end up editing out some of the fluff stuff anyways. Okay guys, so is the premium membership subscription based? What are the benefits? Premium membership is not a subscription based product. Premium memberships can help increase efficiency or provide an effect that will, for a limited amount of time, reduce the cost of convenience related fees. As anyone with the base game can enjoy all of Bless's content without restriction, premium membership can be seen as an option for those who want a more convenient gameplay experience. As we are aware of your concerns regarding pay to win, there will be no items that can directly enhance characters or items. That is disputable. The following are details regarding premium membership. They apply to all characters in a region within the time specific period. I don't know what the hell I was reading, because I think that's exactly the same as here, but for some reason I thought there was more there. Yeah, gotta question the brain a little bit. Maybe y'all don't want to listen to me. Maybe I have no clue what I'm talking about because I'm just making things up. But the theme that I'm talking about, I thought there was another convenience thrown in on the site, which there isn't. But convenience is a big word that you've seen thrown around a lot. What's on the cash shop? Convenience, 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 convenience. It's just convenience. There's only convenience. There's only convenience. It's all what's on the cash shop? Is it pay to win? Oh, it's not pay to win. It's just convenience. I think that they kind of backed themselves into a corner by saying that, and they shouldn't have said that. They shouldn't have said just convenience, because there are things that are by definition not convenience. So let's go through this, and I'll explain why. Premium mount skin, that's not even convenience. That's just cosmetics. So that's inconsequential. These are inconsequential. Reduce NPC equipment repair fee by 30%. That's nice. The repair fee that can rack up costs over time. Convenience, okay. Reduce Wyvern usage fee by 50%. Players can travel to any area within Bless by paying the Wyvern manager, located in each village city, gold for Wyvern transportation. So, you reduce the fees by 50%. The Wyvern, when you're a brand new player, traveling by Wyvern can wreck you. Like, seriously, it is expensive to fly around. So yeah, that is pretty convenient to get a 50% reduced price, because that guy... those guys, you got to watch out for them. They just want to get in your pockets and take all your gold. Which brings me to another annoying thing about the Wyverns. This is a side note. In most games, the Wyvern is unlocked by discovering a place. But in Bless, and I hope this has changed, the Wyvern's unlocked by getting your quests, your story quests to that area. So if your story quest isn't up to date to that area, it doesn't matter if you talk to that guy, you will not be able to fly there or fly out of there. So that's just a little annoying. This premium pickaxe used for gathering provides unlimited uses within the designated time period, whereas the regular pickaxe has a limited number of uses. That's convenience. But so the way Bless works as far as crafting and gathering goes is, yeah, there's nodes all throughout the world, but then there's these other nodes, and these other nodes are like little orbs on the ground that you would interact with, and they would take you into a gathering instance. And in this instance, whenever you talk to the NPC, you have a set amount of time in which you can go and gather whatever resource it is you want. And so when you have, say you went in there and you engage in it, and you're like, oh shit, I only have like 50 pickaxes. You will run out of pickaxes and won't be able to make maximum use of that node. So yeah, this is pretty convenient, but it's capitalizing on meticulous gameplay. It's going to save you money, and it's going to save you bag space, and it's going to save you the oh shit moments of, God damn it, I forgot to buy new pickaxes. And then gathering bag is the same thing. And bless, you don't get like, this isn't a literal gathering bag that you have another bag slot for the things that you gather. This is just, you need a gathering bag, just like you need a pickaxe to go and harvest herbs and plants and things like that. So here, that's convenience, but it's convenience capitalizing on meticulous gameplay. Here's the big one. Acquires 20% more hunting experience points. Increased amount of experience points earned through hunting monsters. This right here is where they back themselves into a corner. By constantly telling everyone it's just convenience, this is in contrast to that. 20% more grind EXP is not convenience. Is it game breaking? Is it broken? Is it hardcore pay to win? No, it is not. There's a lot of games that give experience boosts. I think even ESO with their premium service, gives you increased XP. So it's not unprecedented, but this is not a convenience feature. Getting more XP, leveling faster, getting to cap faster is not convenience. That is just quicker power gain. So I would say, if I'm not the staunchest pay to win critic, I wouldn't say this is overt pay to win, because I've seen overt pay to win, and I'm sure a lot of you have as well. But this, I would rate this as soft, fourth tier, down, low pay to win, kind of. You're gonna, if you are a person who wants to get to cap as fast as possible, you want to power level your character up as fast as possible, you want to get armor, runes, everything optimized, start getting a jump on getting your stance point levels up, which allows you to augment your character faster, augment your non-stance skills, unlock new stances, and you want to start rushing for territory to get a jump on the territory wars, of course you're going to want the 20% more hunting experience. And then on top of that, you have pets, and pets, if you get the right skills, can give you like 50 to 75% more EXP on the first level of pet. Whenever you get to blue, you have a really rare chance of getting the epic buff of 150% more EXP. And on the epic pet, you have, when you get your pet to epic, you have a higher chance of getting 150% more XP. So of course you're going to want an extra 20% on top of your 150%. It's going to all add up, and it's going to allow me to get ahead of the curve. Acquires 20% more dungeon points. Dungeon points are used to buy things like crafting recipes. So I want to get ahead of the crafting game so I can get higher level runes faster, better food faster, things like that. I want to craft jewel. I want to do my jewel crafting, which is very big in Bless. I'm going to get dungeon points faster. I'm going to maximize the usage out of being in dungeons, and I'm going to be able to effectively level that up faster. So if you look at what they said, let's go up here. There will be no items that can directly enhance characters or items. If they just said characters that will directly enhance characters, actually no, even this is wrong, because XP does directly enhance your character. It does. So this is poor word choice by them. And I'm not going to be the type that's going to hold their feet to the fire over this. I mean, this is just overlooked by them, and they just didn't choose their words carefully. Some could say it was dishonest and vague and whatever, and that it was calculated because they were like, we don't want to show you the cash shop because we don't want you to freak out. So there could be that. So people that have that viewpoint definitely have some ammunition against them. But I'm not going to really, this isn't so upsetting to me, but it is a direct example of poor word choice. I mean, because you do directly enhance your character and items through these things. These things will directly enhance it, and it will give you a small advantage. You're getting a small advantage over other players. And then I want to, so let's move a little further. Allows 5 more items to be registered in the market. Increase the amount of items registerable in the market. So on the auction house, there's like, I think a cap of like 10 items or so that you can throw up. This allows you to put more for sale at once, which can inherently allow you to make more money. Convenience. Reduce market tax by 10%. Convenience. And not gonna get to that yet. So I just want to, now let's start connecting some dots. Reduce NPC equipment repair fee by 30%. You get to retain more gold in your pocket. Reduced wyvern usage fee. Again, you get to hold on to more money. Pickaxes, gathering bags. You get unlimited. You don't have to spend money on gathering equipment anymore, and you never have those moments of running out. So you don't have to. Sometimes you might find yourself in a node and you're like, oh, I only have like 20 more pickaxes left, but I have 70 gathering bags now. I'm gonna go switch to gathering plants. You never have those moments anymore. You can get whatever it is that your goal is of going in. I mean, so in every node, in every single instanced gathering node, there is a chance. I mean, there's a gold ore in there that you have a chance of getting 1 gold ingot that literally sells for a gold. So sometimes you go in there and you actually are like, oh shit, I don't have pickaxes, I can't get my gold. So that's more money that you're losing out on. And then 20% hunting gold bonus, so you're getting more gold from killing monsters. You can put more items on the marketplace, and you're paying less to put your items on the marketplace. This all adds up and all compounds to make you the richer, wealthier player. Not by a mile, not by a landslide, but you will be wealthier if you have all these things, and you will be able to then spend more money on your crafting, spend more money on getting the items you need off the marketplace, filling the slots and voids you have in your gear quicker, so you can power up faster, which is soft pay to win. It's not game breaking. This is not something to freak. For me personally, I'm not gonna freak the fuck out over this. I'm not gonna go, you lied, Neowiz, and start and get out the pitchforks and gather the villagers and go hold them hostage over this. This is not huge to me, but it does contradict what they say. So let's move forward. Skins, blah blah blah. I hope that this is the limit to skins, because on Blessed Japan, you have people running around in baseball jerseys and shit, and I'm not an immersion nerd, but at the same time, when I'm playing my fantasy MMO, I want to be playing my fantasy MMO. Some of you might like that stuff and find it cutesy or whatever. It's annoying to me. I don't want to see that paladin swinging his hammer in a Blessed baseball jersey. So they removed the premium customer service. That's good. That was annoying. I mean, it just didn't make sense to me. It's not logical that, hey, at this tier you get better customer service. Come on, just give good customer service. That doesn't make any sense to me. They lowered the Founders Pack cost, which is another thing that the community was really mad about. To me, and I explained this in depth in my other video, and I'm going to try to give a quick summary of it. But to me, the $200 package never offended me, never pissed me off, because I understand. You have to understand, this is not a normal game. Bless has not been in a normal development cycle. This game should have been launched and was actually launched around the time Black Desert was launched. It has been in development since like 2011, maybe 2010. I can't remember the exact year, but it has been in development for a long time. Korea was a failure. Russia was a failure. Japan was lukewarm. It wasn't a success. It wasn't necessarily a failure, but they definitely are desperate for some cash flow. And by their own words, early access is not necessarily launched to them. It is a time for them to allow players in and to continue getting to their actual vision that they have for the game. That's why we don't have Assassin. That's why we don't have Mystic. That's why we don't have Warlock. That's why we don't have all the in-game content that is actually already out in Korea, the old version of Bless, and that's even more progressed beyond that. They still have an in-game vision that they want to get to this game to, but just if you just think about it, they're hurting for money. I mean, look at the press event. They obviously don't have a robust marketing budget. That's pretty much all they had to throw at that. I mean, could they have handled it in much smarter ways? Yes, absolutely. But they're still trying to finish developing their game. And this game's been in development for a really long time, so they need the cash. So that always made sense to me. I don't necessarily think that it's just a greedy cash grab, because they are still pouring so much resources into trying to get their game to their vision. And that's the thing I will say about Neowiz is all this time I have defended them in the fact that I do think that they really care about their game and want to make it better. Could I be wrong on that? Yes. Did the press event make me have some doubts with a lot of the vague word usage? Yes, I do have some doubts based on that now. Like maybe I am wrong on that. I know a lot of you want to believe in Neowiz. I believe in their want to make a good game, but I don't know if I believe in their competence as a developer. What can players gain by doing faction PvP? By dueling within your faction, and I know some have taken this by direct dueling, but I don't think this is necessarily meaning direct dueling. I think this is just fancy wordplay for basically dressing up, going to war with guilds in your own faction, fighting over territories with guilds in your own faction. Will give you points, combat points, or engage in PvP with the opposing faction. But you might be able to gain a minuscule amount of combat points in actual micro level duel. So activity points, players can buy items at the special currency shop. You're gonna be able to get runes and stuff like that without crafting by gaining these points. Is there any plan for a non-PvP server? Okay, so two things: PvP server and PvP avoidance item. This is a sticking point for me, and I am going to try to best give my rant again on this. There is no PvP and PvE servers. There's just a PvP server. Because to fit and appease the PvE crowd, there is an item that allows you to avoid PvP. Before level 45, you can go to a vendor, buy a dove potion. I don't know what exactly they're called. I just remember the dang bird. You pop the potion. Players cannot PvP you for the duration of that potion. It lasts, on Japan, it lasted for 10 minutes. When it's up, you got to pop it again. If players catch you between potions, if you didn't notice it fell off, then yeah, you can get PvP. But after reaching max level, that potion's now going to be in the cash shop. So yeah, they're kind of like, okay, nudging players like, you don't really need that potion, do you? And the players that want to avoid PvP are going to have to buy it in the cash shop, which they could probably do through in-game time and stuff. They can still get that for free. But to me, this is only going to serve to irk your PvE crowd and your PvP crowd. I think that they should have just had a PvP and a PvE rule set. So if you look at the way the game functions, the major thing is going to war with other guilds for territories. It is instanced. You're engaging in a territory war, a capital siege, things like that all take place in the instance. They don't take place in the open world. So that is consent-based PvP. Players, that doesn't need a PvP rule set to exist. That's something that I can definitely see PvE players engaging in, because you actually consent to go do that. I think one of the biggest sticking issues for a lot of players is they don't like non-consensual PvP. They don't like going and questing through the world, gathering, going on their hunt for pets, engaging in the Pokemon system, and then some fucking dickhead just comes up and beats the shit out of them. They don't enjoy that. There's players that don't enjoy that. I like that. I like that added level of threat, and I want the person to come try to gank me. But not everyone wants that out of their MMO. I think that's the major sticking point, and they definitely could have made almost every mechanic of this game work within a PvE rule set. Even world bosses in which the factions and guilds can fight over, you could have made it so that around the world boss, when you tag the world boss, or if you're in a certain radius of it, it makes you, it flags you for PvP. So I think a PvE rule set definitely could have worked. They could have had a PvE and a PvP mega server, and then that's it. Now, what really makes me mad is because leveling. When you're leveling, sometimes when you're on a fresh launch and you're leveling, that is some of the most fun PvP for me. Some of my most fun PvP memories come from when I'm leveling and you're out in the world and you're just fighting all the fresh new players in the brand new game. I think that this will hurt that a little bit because, I mean, of course, there's still going to be players that don't buy it or just never even know about it while they're leveling. So we're still going to get world PvP while leveling. But to me, it's going to irk me when I want to go fight someone and they have their dove popped. I mean, we could just be on two different servers and we could be on one mega server with everyone who's game for some PvP action while leveling. And then I do understand it as an anti-griefing mechanic, so maybe a month into the game, make it so that high-level characters can't go grief lowbies. That's understandable. You could make it so that when you pop this potion, players that are 5 or 10 more levels ahead of you cannot attack you. So there could be things, there's all kinds of workarounds that could implement non-griefing mechanics. But as far as even PvP goes, or relatively even PvP goes, this item just kind of pisses me off. Is it game breaking for me again? No, just like the stuff above, it's not game breaking, but it will be annoying. Big, will there be player to player trading? That's annoying. I think that wanting to combat the black market, so you're going to take out one of the most important MMO features, being able to directly trade with other players, just because you don't want gold spammers. I would rather have the gold spammers. That's just me personally. But even then, to me, this is just lazy design. This is a lazy fix. Just like a diminishing return system on CC, I always view that as lazy fixes to mitigating CC, instead of designing a good system that has inherent features that can block CC. You put in a blanket system that's just a lazy fix that hurts gameplay overall, and I think this hurts gameplay overall. One thing they could have done that would have been a step up from this is just allow guild banks and guild trading or guild stores. So I don't like this, but oh well, it's not going to make me not play the game, but it is annoying. Here's one big portion. Is there playable content accessible for purchasing additional DLC? Will DLC be added when there are new classes updates, e.g. Assassin? We do not expect purchasers to buy DLC, as we have no plans to sell updated content as DLC. That's kind of poor word choice, but it does make me happy that a lot of the updates we're going to be getting over early access will be free. That is freaking awesome. I'm glad that they're not, and they shouldn't try to monetize that stuff, as it's supposed to be stuff that's already in the game anyways, but it's good. That's a good commitment by them. But there are going to be people, just by saying these words, there's going to be people, whenever they actually do have a real expansion to add to the game, they'll be like, you said there's going to be no updated content for sale. So again, poor word choice by them. But here's the other big thing. Include the Assassin and the Mystic will be able to fully enjoy just with the purchase of the base game, although we plan to update the game every month. So how often can updates be expected? Big updates can be expected around every 3 months. For example, we plan to add the Assassin class for the first big update. So right here, it looks like we're going to be getting the Assassin in 3 months. So you Assassin players, you have something to look forward to. That's not a very long wait if they hold to that. The Assassin class was really fun, and it was busted on Japan. It was absolutely broken. And I think that's why they had to strip it from the game. Not just necessarily because of power, but because of design flaws. Like, Assassin had, in their different builds, they had a given amount of they barely had maybe like 3 or 4 different attack abilities that they would slot on their bar. And the rest were utility skills that were almost always present. A lot of these utility skills were present in almost every single build because they were so game-changing. Like, you had your smoke that you would lay down that would give 50% evasion to you and your team, your allies standing in a huge area. You had your AoE pool. You could pull in a huge amount of enemies, which is valuable in both PvE and PvP. So Assassin had these utility skills that were always present, and I think that's why it was hard for them to adjust them to a combo system. So I think we're going to see drastic changes to the Assassin, and I think that's why they didn't include it on early access. So I'm excited to see where that goes, because an Assassin by default, just the archetype of an Assassin, usually fits pretty well into a combo system. But anyways, then we'll probably see the Mystic. According to this, we might see the Mystic in 6 months, and then Warlock's probably not till 2019 or whatever. But they also have their new Battlefield content they're going to be adding. They talk about a PvP island in the sky and all kinds of things. There's going to be level increases, because in Korea, the old version of Blessed, the level cap is 50. So there's going to be a lot of free updates to the game, which is really cool. So I think that itself kind of offsets the Founders Packs, and you don't have to get the $159 Founders Pack. But anyways, my thoughts on this overall is it's not perfect, but it's not overt pay to win. It's not as bad. Trust me, it is not as bad as it could have been. On Japan, the cash shop was atrocious, and it would have made you all get out your pitchforks and yell and scream and say you're not going to play this game, because there was overt pay to win. the way you upgraded your character, upgraded his room, upgraded your gear, the way you got the important pet skills was all directly tied to the cash shop, and now it's not. So this is not anywhere near the level of terrible we could have gotten. This is actually pretty good. I think they chose poor words. I think they could have done better, but at the same time, it's not that bad, and it's not unprecedented. Even in some Western titles, you see mechanics like this for premium service, so it isn't unprecedented. Anyways, that's about all for the update, guys. If this is what stays in the cash shop, it's not too bad. I know some of you who have a more staunch stance against pay to win probably won't be happy at seeing this, but to me, like I said before, it could have been a lot worse, and this isn't totally game breaking. If you are a super competitive player and you want to rush to cap in order to get that competitive edge, of course you're going to want the premium service, so they are nudging you in that direction, but it isn't the biggest thing in the world. It will add up. Anyways, if you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, comment below. I really want to hear your thoughts on these cash shop changes. Are they pay to win? Is it even soft pay to win like I said, or am I exaggerating a little bit? What do you think? Anyways, guys, this is Kamar. Thanks for watching.